Hey guys, Dave here. I'm logged into the Rise Vision platform that we just got done discussing in the previous video, and we are going to integrate my text wall into one of these presentations. Now, obviously, you can build a presentation from scratch, but they've got some pretty kick-ass presentations available here for you to get started. And I'm not going to get too deep into using their platform because they have some real good training videos of their own. But we are going to show you how to integrate, and we picked the dentist theme to integrate with simply because I already have some green background buttons made up. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm logged in. It's as simple as creating an account at Rise Vision. You've created lots and lots of accounts. I know you know how to do it. So I'm logged in, and I'm going to go to Presentations. And we're going to add from template, and we're looking for this dental presentation, and we're just going to click select. Okay, so the way the Rise Vision platform works is everything has a placeholder, and then there's something plugged into the placeholder. For instance, if I click right here, you can see the outline kind of changes here. If I click this one, see how that outline changes? And now I can stretch or shrink the placeholder or move it around. Right? So we can move that up into the corner, and if I right-click inside the placeholder, I see all of the properties for the placeholder. Okay? So I'm just going to click Save and click out of that. Now the first thing we want to do is, because, like I said in the other video, I think we want to put our text wall in right here, right? In one of these gadgets. Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to find out if this light green border is part of the background image or if it's the gadget image. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click inside here. You can see that border changed, and we'll right click and go Properties, and here's the background image URL. So if I just copy that and come up here and paste it into a new browser window, right? Okay, so there's the background image. Now if I wanted to use this and modify it, I would just right click on it and do a Save Image As, and we could save the image and make whatever changes and then bring it back in. But because this looks the way it does here, I'm just going to use it as is without modifying it. Okay, so I'm just going to close this image out, and let's just save this because we know what the background image looks like. So what I want to do, first of all, we don't need all that extra space for this word dental, right? So we can just shrink that down. And this is so cool about the Rise Vision platform, is you can just drag these things around and put them where you want, and they can, you can overlap them and all that stuff, but we just don't need that extra space. So we're just going to shrink that down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this news feed here, right? So let me save this real quick and just hit preview so we can see what this looks like. First of all, you can see our dental. We moved it. We moved the tooth up into the corner. So this news feed is just this scrolling news feed, right? So what I think I want to do is I want to use this box for our text, and I'm going to move the news feed up here into the header. So let me close the viewer, and this is so cool. It's just so simple to do, you guys. Watch this. First of all, I want to click this one. I'm just going to delete it. I'll get rid of that guy. Alright, so now that's gone, and I'm going to delete that because we don't need that little RSS feed. Alright, now let's just take our news gadget, right, and let's just move it up here into the header and shorten it up some. And I'm going to save it, and now let's preview this again. Okay? Pretty slick, isn't it? So now we've moved our scrolling news up into the header here. And we just did that to get it out of the way. Obviously you can do whatever you want. But we did that to clear out this space. So now we want to put the My Text Wall display in here. Okay? So I'll tell you what, the first thing we want to do, let's add a placeholder. So here's our placeholder, and let's move this into place. And we'll just put this here, and we'll set it to the size that we want, and bring this over like so, and click off of it. So now take a look at our box, our properties box here, and if we save this, right, and it's gone, now all we got to do is click it till we highlight the border, right click and go properties so we can bring it back up. But pay specific attention to our width and our height here. okay? Our width and our height. 609 by 337. And let's just save that. Let's come over here to our Wrecking Ball chat. Now this is just an installation that we were testing and trying some different things with earlier today. And what we're going to do is we're going to modify this now to fit right inside of this placeholder widget. All right? So there's a couple of tricks to it. I'm going to walk you through it right now. First of all, remember that size? I'll tell you what, 609 by 337. There's no way I remember that, you guys. There's just no way. So let's just do this. I'm going to grab a quick screen cap of that guy and just upload it here, and now I can look at it when I need to. Let's come back over here. So first of all, what do we want to get rid of the controls. We know that for sure. Okay, so let's come over here and let's hide the controls and update this. Okay, let's come back over and just hit refresh. Okay, so now our controls are gone, and because we don't have a phone number plugged in, all of the texts are over to the left. Let's center them. And let's update that and take another look at it. Hit refresh. Okay, so now they're centered. We can see they're not full width yet, so we might as well make them full width, right? Currently they're set at 70%. So let's just bump that all the way up to like 95%. Since we don't have controls, we don't need to worry about the phone message anymore, because we'll only be dealing with the chat message. And now you can see we're at near full width. Perfect. Let's keep changing it. What was that dimension again? 609 by 337. Okay, so let me close back out of that and just minimize that. So let's set that. Height was 337, width was 609. Okay, and let's update that and just take a look at it here. Hit refresh. All right, let's bring the font size up and get rid of the borders. That'll be next. Okay, so let's change the widget border to none. Okay, and we're going to change the chat border thickness down to 0. The radius is pretty, actually let's drop the radius down to 4 as well. Okay, we're at 95%. I want to bring the font up to about, let's call it a 24. And let's make that Arial black, because I think that's going to match pretty good. Let's do this real quick. The chat message color, we want that to be white. So I could just put all F's, or we can use the color picker. And the date and time, we're going to want that to be white as well. And let's update this and take another look at it. All right. Everything's white now, so you can't see anything, right? So let's just change the background color of the widget to black by putting all zeros in. And let's upload. Let's just go back over here real quick. All right, so now we can see the windows, but because we have white text inside there, we can't read it, right? That's what's going on now. So it's all there. We just can't see it. But we're going to fix that too. Now what we're going to want to do here, one of the things we need to do is we need to upload a transparent background image. So now we're looking for bg.png, that guy right there. And we'll just see, you can see it's right there. And now let's click update. Okay, and come back over here and hit refresh. So now you have a transparent background because it's showing the white of the page. Are you with me? Let's come back over here. Now I want to upload a background image for the actual chat balloon. So that's the chat message background image. And I have these green glossy buttons that I made. So we're just going to upload one of those, and I'm going to click Update Settings and come back over here. Now you see what we got going here? Now, I don't like this white on top of that green, but I know it needs to be light colored like that to blend in with the rest of the deal. But I'm going to make it just kind of a gray. Right? So I want to go to the chat message color, and I'm just going to make that a little darker like that and update it one more time, and let's take a look. I'll hit refresh. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Let's go back and actually, you know what? I'm going to set that just to black. Obviously, you can play with this, and come up with anything that you want. But we're just going to set it back to black here for the time being. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, so now what we want to do is come up here. Let me move my recorder up. To get to that, we would click on groups, and then this is how we go to the chat widget, right? So we'd click that guy. That takes us to the chat widget. We're just going to come up here in the address bar and right-click and copy that. Let's come back over to our Rise Vision platform that we're working on. We can save that. Actually, I should have just left it open. I'm going to right-click and open that. And now what we want to do is add something to the playlist. The playlist is what's going to be displayed inside of the placeholder. Okay? So what we want to do is add a gadget, and we're going to pick the Rise Vision URL gadget. We'll select it and paste in the URL from our browser, and let's just set it to refresh once a minute. Now, with this, because it's a dynamic, because my text wall is dynamic, you don't need to refresh this, okay? But it can't hurt. And I'm going to click Save. Let's save our presentation, and let's take a look at it. And there you go. There is your text-to-TV integrated with the Rise Vision platform. So now if we come back over here, and let's edit that group again just so I can show you this, and let's change that text color back to white. Okay? Whoops. And update it. And let's come back over to the viewer. And there you go. It's all dynamic. It completely updates itself. And here's our text. Now, if we came back over here, we could go back to this, and we could bring our font size up even bigger and go Update. And now let's come back over to our viewer, and now the font size is bigger. It's pretty slick. It's a pretty slick deal, and there's a couple trillion ways to monetize this for your clients, guys. So I hope you get the idea. Spend some time inside the Rise Vision platform and learn how to use it, and you'll be able to do amazing things for your clients. I mean, just absolutely amazing things. Here, let's just do this real quick. I need to upload the transparent image. Okay, so here's our text without any balloons behind it. Pretty slick, isn't it? I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you in the next video. Talk soon.